Hey guys, it's Rising. I'm here riding the thorns as always. I nearly forgot about you guys again. I actually went out with my family today. We had a great time. But I learned that though again. Check out our Instagram, Rising Draws, Discord server, down in the description. This is actually one of my favorite what is so far. But again, we'll be talking about where Naruto was a Quincy. Part 2 now. So, where we left off, because it's going to be a quick recap. Attacked Naruto was attacked by a hollow that was drawn to the Nine Tails, while Ichigo and Kenpachi was fighting Ukiura and Haribel. And of course, also Naruto also called upon Ukiura, and he is a Quincy obviously, but he also is part Arankar technically because the hollow has his mask ripped off while going inside of Naruto. Watch the whole video. Watch my last video about this to make it explain a bit better. But other than that, though, let's get right back into this. Like I said, Uchiura is currently training Naruto, and so we're gonna skip forward. I think Naruto was about 5 at this time, so we'll skip forward 7 years. So, Naruto at this time is 12. This is right about the time he's gained a reputation for being very powerful as both a Quincy and as a Shinigami. He's is a lot of stuff. Naruto currently at this time can use up to the three-headed arrows. Yes, he used two-headed arrows for each tail. Each arrow head it has, that's another tail. So when Naruto uses that power, it ignites some of the Nine Tails itself. But of course, the Nine Tails also has an influence over Naruto. So he's also known as he's known as a very powerful kid as both a Shinigami and as a Quincy, but he's also known to be very rough when it comes to fights, because he has to slowly. It's like, for those who don't know, Anime X, he stopped posting around 3 to 2 months ago. I can't remember, but he used to do a really good what if called What If Naruto was had the 10 tails, and in that what if in that what if he actually Naruto was actually very unstable, and of course Naruto actually had to slowly fight to get into the groove of things before the 10 Tails would take over. It's the same thing here. The Nine Tails had way too much of an influence over Naruto for his own good. So he became very, how can you say this? He became very aggressive. He's so everyone tries to avoid him besides Sasuke. Sasuke is kind of like his best friend. He calms Naruto down. But Sasuke is using Naruto at this point because he wants the power. He wants to know how Naruto got that power. And Naruto at this time is just out of it all the time. The Nine Tails is constantly persuading him. He's constantly having to fight off the Nine Tails just to have his own body. But Jiraiya actually heard of this, so he came back to the village this is not exactly on graduation day, it's 1 month beforehand. So on this day, Jiraiya actually came out to Naruto and attacked Naruto. Naruto instantly kind of weaved it because of his Quincy and Shinigami flash step abilities combined. So Naruto actually moves way faster than both of them. If you combine that ability and bring it back down to Naruto's stat level. So of course, Jiraiya had his blow weaved, and Naruto went to go pull out his own blade because he can currently pull out a Arankar blade. I'm gonna just call him Espada from now on because I like that name a lot more than Arankar. But yeah, Naruto actually pulls out his own blade and puts it to Jiraiya's throat and just says, "Why would you attack me?" And Jiraiya says, "I see you're very fast, Naruto." And Naruto jumps back. And Naruto just kind of "Wait, how do you know my name?" He says, "Well, I'm actually your godfather. I've been gone for a while, I know. But I came back after hearing how much the Nine Tails influences you." And Naruto is like, "Wait, you know about the Nine Tails?" That must be a higher up at least. And Naruto, and of course Jiraiya's like, yeah, I told you I'm your godfather. Why would I not be? He says, then who are my parents? And Jiraiya says, did the third Hokage tell you who they are? Naruto says no. Then Jiraiya says, then I can't tell you either. I'm not that high up yet. And Naruto is just kind of like, okay, whatever. Says, well, how are you gonna fix in the Nine Tails influence? And Jiraiya says, Titan in the seal. And he disappears from out of Naruto's vision. Naruto thought he was much faster than Jiraiya, but Jiraiya is still way, way faster. And he pulls up Naruto's shirt. That sounded so wrong, but he kind of like lifts up Naruto's shirt to reveal the seal. And he tightens the seal, so the Nine Tails can no longer influence Naruto. Naruto's like, wait, I can't heal the Nine Tails no more. Jiraiya's like, well, that's good. I'm guessing you have to fight every second for your own body. It would be much more powerful now. Just you don't have to worry about the Nine Tails taking over your body. And Naruto says, let's see how much powerful. And he disappears from most people's vision and tries to kick Jiraiya. But Jiraiya just simply slaps him down and says, you're still not my level, kid. And Naruto's just like, okay, whatever. And of course, Naruto is just kind of like, well, I found someone strong enough to kind of help me with this whole situation. And we're going to be skipping for the month. At this time, Sasuke knows fully about Naruto now. They've been friends for about 3 years beforehand. So a little bit, like 1 year after they first when they first met each other. We'll just say that, when they first met each other. And so, of course, I've been saying that a lot. But, so, Naruto slowly started trusting him. And after 1 month, he revealed everything. The reason why Naruto is so strong is because he's Quincy, which everyone knew, of course, but that didn't explain Naruto's overwhelming power. And Naruto says, but I'm also part hollow or a Rankar. He said, where's a Rankar? I know what a hollow is. And Naruto goes on to explain that Rankars are usually formed when, this is, by the way, the textbook definition from the Bleach series, when a whole bunch of hollows form together and remove their mask. That's what usually makes a Rankar, and they're usually imperfect. They're never perfect. But this Rankar is actually perfect. Same with Ukiura and the Holly Bell. But those two Rankars are actually perfect. Naruto also went on to explain that my Rankar isn't a bunch of hollows congealed into one. It's one hollow that has his mask forcibly ripped off his face. And Naruto says, wait, and Sasuke says, what do you mean forcibly ripped off? Says, the night of my birth, the Nine Tails killed my parents right before the fourth Hokage could save them. But the fourth Hokage tried to just seal it as fast as he could. And he ended up using the wrong move, the Reaper Death Seal. And when I was also attacked by that hollow that became Rankar, it was small, pretty weak too. But when the fourth Hokage tugged away its soul and split the Nine Tails in half, the Nine Tails accidentally grabbed onto the hollow's mask, forcing it inside, and at the same time ripping off its mask. The mask is still in my body. I can always use it if need be. Do I want to? No. But I can use the hollow mask. But the Rankar in me, it easily stacks up to the Nine Tails at this point. After having 12 years to just sit in my body right next to the Nine Tails, absorbing all of the Nine Tails' energy and becoming perfect, it finally became truly perfect. Its body is human-shaped. And Sasuke's like, how do you know all of this? Have you even seen a hollow? Naruto says, yes, I know it's inside of me. And I can talk to it by going to my seal where it was placed in with the Nine Tails. And Sasuke is honestly kind of stunned. Says, that's why I'm so powerful. It's not because I trained. partly because of that too. You don't ever want to go through this. I had to fend that beast off every single day for my entire life since I've been at the age of 7, just so I can have my own body. And Sasuke says, "What do you mean?" Naruto says, "The Nine Tails, as you know, is constantly trying to escape my body, but so is the Arrancar. They actually team up sometimes to forcibly get out of my body or switch places. Well, in the Arrancar's case, to switch places with me, and then to release the Nine Tails." And Sasuke is like, "Whoa, I feel really bad, Naruto." Says, "Sasuke, I already know the reason why you want to be my friend. For my power, right?" Sasuke says, "Yeah." Naruto says, "I don't care anymore. I'm done with life in general." Sasuke says, "Maybe you shouldn't be done with life so easily." Naruto says, "Itachi Uchiha." And Sasuke immediately says, "Don't you ever say that name in front of me." Says, "Maybe you should be done with life sooner." Naruto kind of like suggests that he would kill Sasuke in a moment's notice, but it's rather vague on what he truly means. So Sasuke kind of takes this as a death threat, and Sasuke's like, "Naruto, don't ever think you're stronger than me," even though Sasuke is purely bluffing. Because he knows Naruto can absolutely stomp him in the battle. Naruto could kill him in a matter of seconds. Naruto just walks away and says, "I wasn't talking about you, Sasuke. I was talking about..." And he releases his blade, and he slashes at a tree. And Orochimaru jumps out of the tree, says, "I meant him." And Orochimaru says, "Oh, you noticed me." And Naruto's like, "Who are you?" He says, "My name is Orochimaru. I once worked with the Godfather, but now I'm currently a ronin, and I want your body." And Naruto's like, "What did you just say?" And Orochimaru repeats himself, says, "That sounds kind of creepy. You want a kid's body, but whatever." And he releases some of his spiritual pressure. Regular humans that's not in one of the 3 clans, the Quincy's, the Fallen, or the Shinigami, cannot feel spiritual pressure unless it's a ton of it. And Orochimaru definitely felt this. At this time, he's currently part Shinigami. What I mean by this is he's using somebody's body that is part Shinigami, but it's not good enough to a sense where like he could sense Reishi to his spiritual, like a lot of the Reishi, but he definitely felt this, and he definitely felt way more overwhelmed than Sasuke. But Sasuke was so overwhelmed. So Orochimaru was like, "What is this power? This presence? It's making even me shake." Naruto's just like, "That's purely me. I'm done holding back. That 9 tails was just holding me back." And he says, "Now, I may not be able to transform like a normal Ron card, but don't think I won't beat you." And he says, because at this time, Minato and Kushina kind of like fused. Like they're the little bit of soul they have in Naruto already became his blade. And he says, "Minato." And Naruto's blade is actually double. Like he's one of the few people that has a double blade. It says Minato, Kushina, single. I'm so sorry I took Anime X's whole thing, but he says Minato, Kushina, dance with me. And for those who don't know, I say this because even though Minato is known as the Yellow Flash, but in this series he's also known as the Dancing Yellow Flash because he has Flying Raijin and his other Quincy speed ability. So like it looks like he's like performing dance moves. And Kushina, just generally likes to dance. So after Naruto says this, its blade, like, I don't know how to explain this. Red, from Kushina, blood starts to spill. And from Minato, the air starts to, like, form tornadoes. So I'll be leaving it off here. This is so right. If you hit, of course, to get a goal, a like goal, please hit. I'm gonna go since I hit the 5 like goal again. I'm gonna just go with 5 likes again. But if you want another one by tomorrow, which I don't mind doing, um, please hit 8 likes. That's in 24 hours, of course, and I will, of course, reward you with the next part of this series immediately. But other than that, though, again, check out my art Instagram. Link down in the Discord server too. Link down in the description. But other than that, though, hope you guys have a great day as always. Again, like and subscribe. Please hit the bell notification. And tell friends and family who like anime content or what if content. I don't really care which one. But tell them to check my channel out. Other than that, though, it's Rising S. Logging off.